Well, things are moving fast in this story. I've gotten 3 updates in an hour. So, John Schneider is in a lot of trouble because, well, turns out he's a Looney Tune and really, really dumb, too. I guess his portrayal of stupid Bo Duke didn't require that much acting. He's that dumb. Anyway, let's get to what is happening because the Secret Service is now after John Schneider. Because, like I said, he is a grade A moron. So let's just mention the title first. John Schneider probe opened by Secret Service after Dukes of Hazzard star urges public hanging of Joe Biden. Oh, don't worry, he denies it. So, John Schneider may now be insisting he never threatened the life of President Joe Biden, but the Secret Service begged to differ. The federal agency charged with protecting POTUS, the vice president and their immediate families, as well as major political candidates and high-level government officials, have opened a probe into statements the former Dukes of Hazzard star made online against the president and his son Hunter Biden earlier today, Deadline has learned. Hours after publicly coming up short in the season 10 finale of The Masked Singer, vocal conservative Schneider called for the execution by hanging of the treason-guilty president and his indicted offspring. In a now-deleted post, yep, he erased it pretty fast, the longtime Biden critic and Smallville actor made no secret of his belief a Donald Trump critiquing POTUS should be dead, as a screen grab of that now-deleted post on X/Twitter reveals. So Joe Biden, he was responding to a post by Joe Biden. So Joe Biden posted, Trump poses many threats to our country. The right to choose, civil rights, voting rights, and America's standing in the world. But the greatest threat he poses is to our democracy. If we lose that, we lose everything. Okay? I wholeheartedly agree with that. So, his response. Mr. President, I believe you are guilty of treason and should be publicly hung. Your son, too. Your response is, sincerely, John Schneider. Which, because number one, that's how you tweet. Number two, if he literally left out that you should be publicly hung, if you just said, I think you are guilty of treason and your son too, your response is, he would not be in this position. But no, he had to say that the president should be publicly hung. Because that's where his troubles started. And of course, he realized that he messed up and quickly deleted it. I don't know if people had already been responding and he realized he screwed up, or he just hit send, realized what he did, and removed it quickly. I do not know. But he did keep it up long enough for it to garner 221.2 thousand views. So, didn't delete it that quickly. So, Schneider's response, seriously, folks, said Schneider to Deadline Today in the second of 2 statements on his Biden remarks. This is my final comment on this. I neither said nor implied any such thing, because words have no meaning anymore. Despite headlines claiming otherwise, in my post, I absolutely did not call for an act of violence or threaten a U.S. president, as many other celebrities have done in the past. And I'm pretty sure that Ted Nugent wasn't one of those celebrities you were thinking of. I suggest you reread my actual post and pay attention to the words before believing this nonsense. Okay, 2 things. Number one, you literally said he was guilty of treason. Now, you said it was your opinion, but you did still say, I think you were guilty of treason and should be publicly hung. If you had gotten rid of the publicly hung part, you would have been fine. Number two, if you really believed what you were saying, that you should pay attention to the words, blah, 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 then why did you quickly delete it? I mean, were you being spammed by comments? Is that why you deleted it? Or did you delete it because you realized you done fucked up? I'm sorry, it's one of the two, because either you realized that what you did was wrong and you quickly deleted it, or you just got people all hot and bothered and then deleted it because you didn't want to go viral, which you're going viral anyway. It's my position, which I am entitled to have, that some of our nation's leaders in Washington have lost their way, which is not what you said. And corruption runs rampant, both on our nation's borders and abroad, Schneider went on to say. Transparency and accountability must happen in order for a constitutional republic to survive. There is no threat implied or otherwise in that statement. No, in this statement there isn't. But in the one you tweeted, yes, there was. I mean, come on. If you tweeted what you were now explaining as to why you said that, you would have been fine. If you had tweeted what you did and just removed anything about public hanging, you would have been fine. But no, you had to put the public hanging part in. I mean, hell, whenever I say someone should be shot into the sun, I say shot into the sun because that's just ridiculous. Nobody can do that unless you do it yourself. So, I'm not threatening violence because what I come up with is ridiculous. Now, but public hanging, you can do that. That used to happen in the South. It was called lynching. So, I mean, it's entirely possible that he tweeted that in some sort of anger, and maybe he did realize once he calmed down that he screwed up. And that he did truly intend what he clarified. But still, you cannot deny you said those words. Even if you said, oh, yeah, I screwed up. I shouldn't have said that. I realized that it sounded like a call to violence. This is what I meant. And I'm sorry, I should have just not added this part. People probably would have been fine with that. They would have accepted that. No, you're doubling down. Officially, the White House and the Secret Service, which falls under the jurisdiction of the Department of Homeland Security, are saying nothing on any investigation of Schneider. However, sources close to events confirm a probe is in the preliminary stage. As it should be. Now, do I think that he had ever any intention of trying to find Biden or his son and try to hang him? No, I think that this was just a fit of anger. However, in this day and age, with like the Colorado Supreme Court, Fox News has been day and night saying how it was anti-democratic what they did, blah, 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 and how horrible they are and what a threat they are. And so what's happening? They're receiving death threats. So it's entirely possible someone on John Schneider's feed might see that and think that this is a call to action to try to kill the president. So this has already been established. Idiot. We look at all threats against our protectees, and due to intent, this falls under the definition of a threat, a law enforcement insider informed Deadline Thursday. Again, I'd like to believe that John Schneider didn't actually intend that he was going to go and personally kill the president. Now, does he truly believe that Biden is treasonous and should be put to death for it? Yes, I believe that. Do I think he intended for vigilante justice? It's entirely possible he didn't. That's probably why, that's the most likely reason why he deleted the tweet. But then admit that you screwed up, dude. The fact that you're not implies that you actually want it to happen. You just realized that you said the quiet part out loud. A federal Class D felony, a credible threat against the president, is subject to up to 5 years behind bars and a $250,000 fine. Restrictions on going online can be applied to by a judge in sentencing, as can 3 years of supervised release. The law prohibits knowing and willful threats to kill, kidnap, or inflict bodily harm against the president, the vice president, their predecessors, potential successors, and their respective immediate family. Oh, good. So he's got 2 of those. Man, you're dumb. If the government deems the threat was real, any prosecution would not only require proof that the statement could reasonably be perceived as a threat, but would also require some evidence that the maker intended the statement to be a threat, according to the statute. What? He was on Dancing with the Stars in 2018? What? Why? Alright, a loser on Dancing with the Stars back in 2018, as well as serving a very short jail stint that year for not ponying up alimony to his ex-wife, Elvira Castle, charting singer Schneider was the donut on Masked Singer this season. Schneider's third wife and manager, Alicia Allen, passed away earlier this year from breast cancer. Now, obviously, he's not a nice guy. At the best, we can say he's not a nice guy. But do I really think he intended? I mean, maybe I'm being too nice to him. Maybe he did actually intend to called for violence against the president and Hunter. But like I said, he realized that, oh, I'm getting a lot of angry responses, or, oh, the Secret Service is going to get on my ass, or something. Something caused him to quickly delete it. Again, not quickly enough, because a lot of people viewed that tweet before he deleted it. So it's entirely possible nothing will come of this. I mean, I would like to think, like I said, that his intent was just to state his opinion, and he realized that, oh, yeah, I went a bit too far on that one, and quickly deleted it. I would love to think that that's the reason, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he did intend for this to happen. Now, it could be a publicity stunt that, oh, I lost on Masked Singer, but I'm going to make my name more known by doing something ungodly stupid. Or he was upset with losing, which this is taped, so he had plenty of time to blow off steam from losing. So I would think that that's not an excuse. That's not an explanation. So yeah. Those are my thoughts. Like I said, we'll just have to wait and see. I'm sure there'll be more updates. But dang. How could you be so dumb as to call for a public execution of the sitting president? I mean, even I wouldn't even do my usual, he should be shot into the sun. I wouldn't do that publicly because even though it's beyond ridiculous for that to happen, I wouldn't dare do that publicly, especially not to a sitting president. I mean, will I be upset when bad things happen to people I think are scum? Absolutely. Rudy Giuliani is filing for bankruptcy. Am I feeling bad for him? Oh, hell no. Do I advocate for violence happening to him? No. No. He's just going to die in his own filth, and that's fine by me. So, but yeah, I wouldn't do that publicly because I'm not that big of an idiot. I'm not saying I'm not an idiot, just not that big of one. So anyway, I've rambled on long enough. So with that, I will see you guys in the next video.